worked a lot.
Okay, hello, this is Christy Maurer, reporting from her room live. This is my persuasive speech. Here's my audience. Notice there are 7 of them. That is siete. Okay. 6 is siete. Wait, there's only 6 of you?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeremy. Can you come? Never mind. Okay. So, can the camera see me? I think so. So, today I'm going to give you a persuasive speech about why homeschooling is to be much preferred over public schooling methods. Now I'm going to share a rather startling statistic with you that I got from an article off of CBN News called Socialization, Homeschooling versus Schools. 92% of superintendents believe that home learners are emotionally unstable, deprived of proper social development, and too judgmental of the world around them, according to researcher Dr. Brian Ray. Now, that's a huge percentage of superintendents at schools who think that homeschoolers are forming wrong paradigms of the world. I've had a lot of experience growing up with homeschool. In my elementary years, I was mostly homeschooled, and in my junior high years, I was homeschooled for a lot of my overall time. And I would like to argue that kids do better academically and socially, and they hold on to their faith, their Christian faith, a lot better than they would otherwise if they were schooled in another education system. And studies tend to uphold this. So firstly, I'm going to tell you about some academic differences that are quite profound. According to the Homeschool Legal Defense Association, or HSLDA, homeschoolers on the average outperformed their counterparts in the public schools by 34 to 39 percentile points in all marks. So if that doesn't speak for itself, the HSLDA website also reported that SAT and ACT scores were significantly higher. SAT scores were 67 points above the national average for homeschoolers on average, and ACTs for homeschoolers were an average of 22.6. The national average was 20.9. So if you would have liked to have had those extra 2 to 3 points on your ACT, an extra 50 to 100 points on your SAT, should have gone homeschooling. So are homeschoolers really socially deprived, like all the rumors say, and like so many faculty at our public schools believe? Well, first of all, in a public school, you don't get to have a lot of adult-child interactions, and children only interact with children of their own age. Some argue that this is even detrimental to their social development. Dr. Thomas Smedley, according to the CBN article, conducted a study in which he administered what he called the Vineyard Adaptive Behavior Scales test to identify mature and well-adapted behaviors in children. And homeschooled learners ranked in the 84th percentile compared to publicly schooled students who were drastically lower in the 23rd. It also said, dismantling the stereotype that home learners spend their days isolated from society at kitchen tables with workbooks in hand, they actually participate in approximately 5 different social activities outside of the home on a regular basis. That's more than public school students often take part in. They have time for maybe 1 sport, a church activity, or 2. For most of them, that's it. Being able to do more like 5, it's a really interactive social experience. And finally, I would like to offer the point that the faith of your children is a lot safer in a homeschooled environment. And there's this thing called negative socialization, where among the wrong kind of peers, you will be influenced badly. According to Dr. Michael Slavinsky, the mass socialization conducted within schools has brought about a proliferation of delinquent behavior within this nation's youth. Student bodies are increasingly riddled with violence, drugs, promiscuity, emotional disorders, crime, contempt for authority, desperate behavior, illiteracy, and peer dependency, just to name a few. And when I started attending public school in high school, I walked down the halls for the first time, and I could swear I heard the F word about 10 times per minute. And I hadn't even heard that word before. It was a totally, I was even unaware of what it meant. And I would try to say hello to someone I didn't know before and get to know them. And they would start talking back to me, and I'd be like, stop, wait, okay, goodbye, it was nice meeting you. And I got desensitized to it after a while, and that was never my intent, but you can't really help it in that sort of environment. And the Bible instructs us, bring up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not stray from it. Proverbs 22:6. And so I would like to encourage you, in conclusion, when you all have children of your own, if you don't have a choice but to send them into public school, at least remember that this kind of environment is out there, and that your child needs a bit of one-to-one parent-child interaction, and they need more social opportunities than they're getting that are going to positively develop them socially, and that are going to encourage them academically, and that are going to set positive models in their life. So I would highly recommend that when you all have kids of your own, you homeschool them if at all possible. And if not, make that extra effort to make sure that they are getting the education that they need at home. All right, thank you.